welcome back. In this episode, we're going to be reviewing a solar generator from ALLPOWERS. Now, solar generators is kind of a misleading term. It's not like a generator. It's just basically some sort of power storage with a solar panel that is relatively portable. ALLPOWERS reached out to me to see if I wanted to review this. Now, typically, I build solar systems myself. I've done it on my shed and a couple other things. And what I have found is that if you build it yourself, you get more storage for your dollar. However, there's something compelling about having something that just pull it out of the box, ready to go, and it's portable. So let's get into it. This is the R600 power bank here. All right, we got warranty card, instructions. What's this? Some sort of bag. Oh, all right. So we got the AC cable as well as the cable for the solar panel. What's cool is it's using the MC4 connectors you find on like every solar panel ever. So that's really handy because that means you can use any solar panel. You don't need to use an ALLPOWERS solar panel right away. That's pretty awesome. There's a wireless charger built into the top of this thing, which I'm gonna use all the time because the power port on my iPhone is dying. Looks like there's a light here, 12 volts right here, and then two AC ports. Okay, so here's the AC input and the solar panel input as well as a circuit breaker. And then we got two USB-Cs and two regular USBs. 100 watts for the USB-Cs, 18 watts for USB-A. 100 watts, that's pretty cool. That means you can probably use it with you know, the newer Apple MacBooks have just USB-C. So okay, it says that it is 70% and we have 5 days remaining at our current power consumption. If I turn on the light, okay, now we've got 2 days remaining, so I could have 2 days worth of this light. That's kind of cool that it's got the estimation of how much is left based on your current use. Okay, it does work as an uninterruptible power supply, so if you plug your computer into this and then plug this into a wall, when the power goes out on the grid, you still charge your computer and you won't lose what you're doing. So for charging, ALLPOWERS also sent me this 100-watt flexible solar panel. It's pretty cool. It has a texture to the plastic here that is almost like little prisms, which helps out with the angle of the solar panel. You don't have to have it perfectly aligned to where the sun is, and it still puts out pretty much full power pretty often. So right now it's about noon, and normally on a solar panel you don't typically see like almost the full, you know, rating. If it's a 100-watt panel, you typically see like 90 watts most of the time. Well, right now, if you look at this, we're getting 97 watts of input, which is really good because I just tossed this up here. I didn't try to like set it perfectly hitting the sun, but I think it's to do with these prisms. So there is probably some loss with the light going through this plastic here, but because of the shape of it, it's less touchy to the angle that you put the panel in. It is flexible, which is kind of nice. You don't need to worry about it breaking or shattering. And I'm just going to see how long it takes to charge this battery. This is at 0%. I have been using this battery for a few days now to charge my MacBook and my phone and pretty much anything else I can think of. I also used it to trim some trails, so let's cut to that. Alright, this is going to be a little bit of an atypical use case scenario here, but should be pretty hardcore. We'll see how it holds up. I have the power station strapped onto the back of my ATV here so I can use this guy because I want to trim this. I've got some trails and I don't have a gas powered one of these, so yeah, it works. Oh, this is awesome. All right, longer term review of this thing. I actually like this a lot more. We have a Goal Zero one and it just does not hold up or have the power like this one does. The Goal Zero one, if I plug my work laptop into it, it actually just gets an error because the power supply is so freaking gigantic that it can't do it. This one will charge it. I've been using all the features on it. I mean, it's pretty awesome that you can get 12 volt inverter and USB-C And a few weeks ago when I was traveling, I had my MacBook, but I forgot the charger, and I had a USB to USB-C cord. So I plugged it right in here, and this is a 100-watt USB-C port here. So if you want to charge something with like a USB regular thing to a USB-C, it's only 15 watts or something like that, but 100 watts on these guys, so that's really awesome. Have not used the light yet, but the other thing that I really like about this thing is the wireless charger right here. You can set your phone on here and it'll charge your phone up. In order to use that, that is a little confusing. What you need to do is turn on the DC system right here. That's what turns this on, because it's DC voltage. So that's, I didn't know that, and I was trying to figure out how to get it to work, and there you go. Boom, charging. So that's been handy. The other thing I've been using this for a lot is charging this A-frame camper. I'm throwing the solar generator underneath the camper just to keep the weather off of it. I have a solar panel right here, and then I plug the whole camper trailer into it, and it just is getting enough charge that it's keeping this thing fluffed up, and the battery's nice. So it's been handy. The only downside I've noticed to it is that when you are using a ton of power, it is a little bit loud, but I mean, if you just throw it outside or throw it in a cabinet, you can't really hear it. The solar panel, I will say that if it's an overcast day like today, right now I'm only getting about 20 watts on it all day, and it's barely been going up. It's gone from about 30 to 35%. So if you are off-grid, I highly suggest you pick up like a couple of these solar panels. I have never really played with a flexible solar panel before, but it is kind of cool because in the van here, we could shove it underneath the bed, and it's not like you're going to notice while you're sleeping on it, and it can't get damaged. It's pretty lightweight. It's not flexible enough to like roll up, but because it's flexible, it'll fit like next to things or behind cabinets or something. So pretty happy with this thing. We'll see how it holds up. It does have these nice little crimped metal things for straps if you want to hang it on something. So yeah, this is a really cool system. You can get a discount code if you click down below. I forget what the price is, but it is definitely a lot more competitive than Goal Zero or any of those overpriced brands. So check out AllPower. This is the R600. Loving it. All right, thanks dudes. Till next time.